go back.
Back from the scene of the accident.
Back along the road the Jeep was traveling. Back to the company from which it came. Back to the men, their personalities, their attitudes.
Hap Harrison. He's the kind of a guy who gives himself a close shave every day in one way or another. Hap isn't the best soldier in the company, but he's managed somehow to stay on the good side of Sergeant Joe O'Malley, who is one of the best men the company has.
Hey, how about it, Hap?
Get through in a minute, Sarge.
Don't you ever get tired of looking at that happy mug?
Nah. He's all right.
Just a careless gesture, but when Hap left that blade lying around, he just wasn't giving a thought what happened to other guys.
Hey, tell me something. How can you go all the way home and back and still have enough time to do anything on a 3-day fast?
That's all they gave me, 3 days, but...
But what?
Well, my pass begins on a Wednesday.
Yeah?
That gives me Thursday, Friday, plus a whole weekend. 5 days. Oh, cut my stuff.
You mean you got cut? Bad. You got 5 days, all right, but not at home. Gonna be in a hospital this weekend. That's a for sure. Come on.
Usually an accident can be traced to an attitude, what somebody was thinking or not thinking. From time to time, there are other kinds of accidents going on in the barracks. For example, this soldier is going to change his bed to a far corner. He talked a buddy into swapping places with him. Our friend doesn't know that there's a right way and a wrong way to lift something heavy. He bends over to pick it up, putting all the work and strain on his back, and strain it he does. Now, the right way is to keep the back straight and lift with the legs. This way, the back hardly feels the work. Our friend here may have hurt himself so that his back will give him trouble for the rest of his life. There's a less serious type of accident that almost everyone in the Army runs into. Yes, runs into. And the man who sets it up is usually someone like our boy Hap. Hap stares at the footlocker. He doesn't see the hazard he's presented. He's trying to think of what to say to his girl, Agnes. If only Agnes would write.
Okay, let him come. Now call! Now call!
Hap dashes away as though Agnes herself was outside. He's bound to do himself or someone else damage at this rate, which is much too fast.
Hey, is he hurt?
March.
I don't know.
Wow. 1, 2. March. Yeah. Here's the jerk.
Do you think he hurt himself?
Hap? Nothing ever happens to him.
Meyer.
Oh.
Quadric.
Yo.
Mahoney.
Yeah.
Murphy. Oh. Berger.
Yo.
Bacon. Penn. Lee.
He's on KP. I'll take it from him.
Harrison.
Yo! Look, Sarge, a letter. Here, open it.
Me? You want me to read it?
Yeah, tell me what she said.
Are you tired? Run down? Do you get headaches frequently? You do? Just try this simple remedy. Take 1 headache powder before each headache with a full glass of water.
Hap needs more than a good headache powder. He needs to be straightened out with a good talking to. And Sergeant O'Malley would do it if he didn't figure that Hap leads a charmed life and that nothing ever happens to him. A few days later, a detail of men were out getting some white sand for the company area. Just a little too much sun was beating down on everybody's head. Shade space would have rented out for at least $1 a square foot.
Okay, fellas, take 5. We'll move after the brake drive around to the other side. Okay, sir.
Son. Shade. Boy, that's for me. Or am I wrong?
Yes, you are wrong. Getting under a vehicle for shade or shelter is just one of the many thoughtless acts that cause a large number of soldier casualties every year. Hap's been told not to try a trick like this, but when another guy is doing it too, well, you don't feel it's particularly wrong.
Okay, fellas, let's go. Hey, where are the other fellas? Give him a hand here.
And a new emphasis on safety did begin to show itself throughout Captain Gilbert's company. Even during a class in engine maintenance, the officer in charge was taking time out to stress ways of preventing accidents.
Anything to do with vehicles spells danger, whether you're under them or driving them or just riding in them. Automobiles are lethal weapons. Someone wake up Harrison.
Hey, Hap. What do you say?
Now, from time to time, I'm going to spend a couple of minutes on safe driving, which, in its way, is a form of preventive maintenance for both you and the vehicles.
Ah, that stuff's for the birds. I never had an accident. Crying out loud. I've been driving for longer than he has.
Even though Hap's eyes were open, his mind that day was closed. But most of the men learned an important idea, something every driver should know: how to get a vehicle back on the road when you've slipped off onto a soft shoulder.
Now, you're off on the shoulder with 2 of your wheels, the front and back wheel on the same side. You're close to the edge of the pavement, and your wheels won't get back up onto the road. Now, don't jam on your brakes and cut your wheels, because the vehicle will trip itself up and turn over. Now, the correct way to get back onto the pavement again is to slow down gradually, holding a straight course. Keep that front wheel away from the edge of the pavement, and then slow way down, look both ways, and then cut your wheel sharply to get back onto the road again. Now, are there any questions?
No one had any questions on the lesson that day. And now let us go back to the day of our fatal Jeep accident, with a better understanding of the personalities and attitudes of the people involved.
Downward. Harrison.
I'll take that.
This is what actually happened. First, Hap got a letter from his girl. Then he wanted to tell somebody about it.
Hey, Sarge, have you seen Sergeant O'Malley?
No, he's off today. He was CQ last night.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, Harrison,
Yes, Sarge?
you know where the adjutant's office is?
Sure.
Take these papers over there and use my Jeep.
Right.
That's all.
Just a routine trip. Maybe a little too fast. Maybe he was feeling too good.
Hey, Sarge. Hi, boy. Hop in. I'm going to the bus station.
Well, get in.
Which way are you going?
Come on, I'll give you a lift.
Okay.
Hey, look, Sarge, I got a letter.
Agnes?
Uh-huh.
Well, finally. And what did Baby Boo have to say?
She couldn't write because she was busy.
Oh, busy. Hey, what are you going this way for?
Quiet, boy. I'm running you down the bus station. Then I'll go to headquarters. I can go out the back gate and use the shortcut. Of course, I'll have to step on it.
This was the time Sergeant O'Malley should have, at least, ordered his friend to slow down. Instead,
So when is she going to see you? Is she going to be too busy to visit you here at camp like she promised?
Oh, no, she's coming the weekend after next. Hey, how about a date for you? If she can get a friend, would you be interested?
Sure.
Good, I'll tell her.
Nothing ever happened to him.
The accident you just saw was the result of a carefree attitude and a lack of common sense. It and the other incidents in the picture are but examples of average accidents that occur in daily routine duties. They were shown in the hope that the safe practices demonstrated can be applied to any similar situation. Now, accidents like these can be avoided by being careful. You don't have to work at it. It's just as easy to be careful all the time, leaders and men. Command responsibility cannot be overemphasized. Remember, the Army loses 1 man in 40 every year, killed or disabled through thoughtlessness. Now that 1 man in 40 could be you.